The Lakers are a team that are betting on their young talent. And while current day as I'm making this video, they haven't made any crazy move to add to the roster. Rather, they have drafted and got a lot of young players that gives this team hope going down the road. But in today's video, we'll be answering a very major question. Are the Lakers still serious contenders for this season? We're going to be looking at their new additions, seeing if Bronny James is really good, and also breaking down the other players and how they performed last season. Thanks to BetUS for sponsoring this video. But first, we're going to be talking about Dalton Knecht. I have no clue how he dropped this low for the Lakers. The Lakers went ahead and snagged him in the NBA draft, and this dude was putting up crazy numbers in college. I'm talking about 22 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game on 40% three-point shooting. Although he's a little bit older when it comes to development and stuff like that, the Lakers needed a player that could really slot into a position right now. And especially when it comes to wing shooting and wing slashing, that's something that the Lakers really lacked last season. But when we look at the Summer League, Dalton Knecht really did impress me. He dropped 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, and really helped the Lakers have some light when you look at the Summer League. They didn't really play that great, but Dalton Knecht did a very great job. And I'm impressed to see how he plays alongside LeBron James and players that have a lot of gravity on the floor. But guys, I was scrolling through the BetUS website and I looked at the NBA in-season tournament. And I went down to the group where the Lakers were playing. And I saw that they're matched up against the OKC Thunder, Suns, Spurs, and Jazz. And I thought to myself, the Lakers won the in-season tournament last time, so why not bet on them to at least win their group? I think this is very possible, plus 300, I'm going to put 25 on it. Make sure you guys gamble responsibly. And if you do choose to gamble, BetUS is offering a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So hit that link in my description for more on that. And now let's talk about Bronny James. He has got so much hate, whether it's people talking about he's not a pro, and when we look at his Summer League stats, he put up 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. These stats are definitely not the best when you look at them, but I think Bronny's still capable of being that role player when you need him to be. But these were the stats of Bronny James after Jaylen Brown said, "I don't think Bronny is a pro." He put up 13 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block on 48 38-100 splits. Whether you like it or not, you're not going to come in the NBA and become the greatest role player out of nowhere. But one thing I'm going to tell you is he is the son of LeBron James, and he's getting taught by one of the best players in the entire NBA. The Lakers also went ahead and got a new head coach. This is JJ Redick. He was known in the NBA for shooting 3-pointers off of screens, shooting fadeaway threes, all of those stuff. And I think he could implement that into the Lakers roster because last season, Anthony Davis wasn't really used as well. And JJ Redick's goal is to use Anthony Davis more and use LeBron James as a catch-and-shoot 3-point shooter because LeBron shot 40% from the 3 last season. And I like this idea because it's going to space out the floor for Anthony Davis, and LeBron's going to get buckets without really having to try as much. But here's exactly what JJ Redick had to say about LeBron James' role and Anthony Davis's role next season.
You know, one of the things I brought up with him is just the idea of him as a hub. There's a bunch of guys at the 5 position in the NBA that sort of operate in that way. And I don't know that he's been used in that way and sort of maximize all of his abilities. So that's a simple thing with him. With LeBron, look, you have to certainly get buy-in and talk to him about how he wants to play. You know, him and I have joked about this, but like he shot over 40% from 3 this year. Like I want him shooting threes. He's going to have his 3 or 4 bursts every game where he gets out in transition and does things that no one at his age should ever be able to do.
You heard JJ Redick talking about using Anthony Davis as a hub, and this basically means that Anthony Davis is going to get a whole lot more assists, and this is a side of the game that Anthony Davis really hasn't explored as much. And once Anthony Davis starts getting better at his passing game, look at Nikola Jokic. When they double him, he passes it to the wide open player. So when Anthony Davis does that, he's going to tend to get double teamed less, causing him to get way more buckets by himself. Now let's talk about D'Angelo Russell. Bro had one of the best years last season. Although everyone hates on him in the playoffs, he went number 1 for the most 3-pointers made in a season by a Lakers player. He also hit 200 plus 3-pointers made for the second time in his NBA career, on career highs 42% from the 3-pointer and 3 3-pointers made every single game. I just want to see D'Angelo Russell get utilized way well and put in more pick and rolls, because I know JJ Redick is capable of doing this. Once these Lakers players are utilized correctly, they are a solid contending team. But one player a lot of people aren't talking about is Austin Reeves. He had a crazy jump from 2023 to 2024, going from 13 points per game to 16 points per game, from 3.4 assists per game to 6 assists per game, and this dude's percentages are going up as well. This season, I could see him averaging 17 points per game and being one of the main points of attack for this Lakers offense. And after the All-Star break, he had a crazy stretch where he was dominating the entire league. But last year, the Lakers didn't really have a player that they're gonna have this season, and this is Gabe Vincent. He was very good for the Miami Heat and provided the Heat with grittiness and just pure hustle play, and also the 3-point shot. And that's something he really showed in the playoffs for the couple of games that he played. He could be put on the other team's opposing guard and absolutely lock them down and take them out the game. He's still capable of that. He's not that old whatsoever, and I think that the Lakers still have a piece that a lot of people are sleeping on. So this year, the person to keep an eye on is definitely Gabe Vincent, and I could see him going crazy. You could also expect Rui Hachimura to have a very stable role once again as a 3-and-D player that sits in the corner and gives you very efficient 3-point shots. And even when we look at Max Christie, last season he had so many reps and he made so many mistakes, but I think that it's going to build him for this season. You're playing alongside LeBron James, and I think that he really learned a lot about playmaking and how to really handle the ball. But the Lakers are one move away, and I hope they make one move to really help this roster out. LeBron James isn't the youngest he's ever been, and they need someone. But let me know, with this current Lakers roster, where do you see them going in the West? Are they a serious contender? And are they even a top 5 team in the West right now? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys demolish that like button before you leave and hit that subscribe. We're almost at 20k. And a big thank you to BetUS Sportsbook and Casino for sponsoring today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.